Everything about you and your life is fake. You actually think any of us would bring out 5 naira to buy your Zanza?
You waited for me. This girl is mental case. She should get out. And I don't know my name. Like you said, it was her. She knew my name, so it meant her whatever. I would remove her freaking nose to her back.
Bitch, who are you talking to, girl?
I honestly don't know how Princess feels twice in a row being told that you are not welcome because of your behavior, because that is what it boils down to.
So do I need to get to comfort?
Jecoco just needs to be cut off.
Okay, so I decided to take a break this week, and then it dawned on me that, oh my God, today is actually Friday, Real Housewives of Abuja. I wasn't done with the show, and so I thought, hey, go ahead, watch the next episode. And so I watched episode 10 of the show, and oh my God, guys, I must confess that 100%, in fact, everything about the drama of this particular episode was just absolutely unnecessary. This episode had the potential of being one of the most enjoyable episodes, you know, that would pass free without drama. But then the likes of Tutupie and then Princess also decided to give us a lot to talk about. Now, show-wise, I would say that, okay, fine, just for the sake of entertainment, you know, give us something to talk about. It made a lot of sense. It was fun. It was engaging. Played with my emotions a lot, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. But then, if we are going to bring it to real life, I would say again that 100% of the drama that happened on this episode was absolutely unnecessary. As a matter of fact, it felt scripted to me. It felt scripted because, just like Arafa said, for Princess, they should just completely do away with Jecoco and just stick with Princess. Because I don't want to believe that the Jecoco, when we talk about the Jecoco, it seems like it's Princess's alter ego, you know, the one that doesn't really have a good manner of approach sometimes when talking to people, the one that kind of comes off as rude sometimes when addressing some of the ladies. Yes, you see that particular Jecoco? Maybe in real life we should just give her a break and then just stick with the sweet, loving, you know, fun-filled, energetic Princess, you know, that we all love, that carries herself with so much princessishness. Yeah, aside Princess, Tutupie, guys. This episode helped me finalize my verdict about Tutupie's personality for this show, and I'm going to share it with all of you on this particular video, so please make sure you watch to the end. Do not skip. There's a lot more to talk about. There's also Posharella's personality. Okay, there's also a lot to talk about OJ. In fact, all the ladies, there's a lot to talk about all the ladies, so please make sure you watch this video to the end. I'm planning for us to have a YouTube live stream about the show tomorrow. Yeah, remember, tomorrow is Saturday. As usual, we're going to be having our FSWG Saturday YouTube live stream, so this is a special invite to every single one of you. Please make it a date with us tomorrow. Make sure you come through. Real Housewives of Abuja is the conversation for tomorrow. Please make it a date with us tomorrow. All right, and as usual, I will urge you all to please go ahead and share with me your thoughts in the comment section below. I would love to know what you think about all the unnecessary drama of this particular episode of the Real Housewives of Abuja. And you're all especially welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Glory Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Glory, and I am the girl with the tea. I have missed you all so much, but we're going to catch up on this video and tomorrow during our live stream. 3 p.m. WAT is the time, so please do not miss out. Now quickly, let's proceed into the details of this conversation. Let's start with the first scene. All right, the ladies are all finally in Lagos with the exception of the host, OJ Posharella. Now, I'm going to be frank with you all, in as much as OJ Posharella is the Minister of Happiness, as she calls herself, I feel like her knack for being late, arriving late to events, is quite annoying. I'm going to be frank with you all. I love keeping to time, especially when I attend events. So I cannot imagine, you know, being at the venue of the event and waiting for even up to an hour or even over an hour for the host. And I get it. A lot of people enjoy being fashionably late. But then there's also something called irritatingly late. Yes. And I feel like being the host, inviting people for your event, and then you arrive maybe hours later, or maybe you don't even show up at all, it's quite uncivilized, in my frank opinion. Yes, it's very annoying, because then you do not regard the time of your guest. You do not think that, oh, those people actually have better things to do, so they should just come and just sit down and wait for you. And I also get it that sometimes, you know, things happen that hinder our plans. I get it. But with the likes of OJ Posharella and also Samantha, it's become a regular. It's become a thing. Now, I don't know if it is the same situation as the Real Housewives of Lagos, where some of the women actually explained that sometimes this lateness is actually orchestrated deliberately by production to cause drama, to cause something for the women to fight about. Yes, Chioma and I think Caroline, they cited examples where they were all supposed to converge at Miriam's house for lunch, or was it breakfast? I think lunch. And then they gave different times to the women, and then some of them arrived late, and then eventually became a dinner situation. So I don't know. That's why I'm saying that I don't really know. But with OJ Posharella, since the show started, she's been the latecomer, she and Samantha. And so, in as much as I don't want to be too harsh in judging her, you know, with regards to the lateness, I just feel like it's too much. Or could it be production consistently, you know, orchestrating it to be that way, you know, trying to paint her to be the latecomer of the group, as they painted Chioma and Caroline to be the latecomers of the group in the Real Housewives of Lagos? I don't know, guys. What do you think about this? Just go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. Let's take it from the first scene, all right? OJ Posharella still had not showed up in Lagos, but the other women had all converged, you know, together to have breakfast. Now remember, where the last episode ended, that's episode 9, it was Tutupie and Arafa that arrived first at the house that they were all meant to stay together. And then Princess and Samantha had been stuck at the airport. According to Princess, they were delayed for 5 hours. Their flight was delayed, but then they arrived, and they were all having breakfast the next morning. Now Tutupie started again with the dead jokes, you know, about OJ Posharella not being around to do takeaways. And then, guys, it posed the question in my head of what exactly is wrong with people doing takeaways when they go out to eat. In my frank opinion, guys, as far as it is my money, I am the one paying for the food. In fact, as far as it is my food, I cannot finish the food. What's wrong in me doing takeaway? Why can't I take home the food that I came to buy to eat? What is wrong with that? You know, so Tutupie making it a thing and wanting to make it a joke to ridicule OJ, I just felt like that was just nasty. That was just nasty. And Arafa later on in this episode saying that Tutupie is badly behaved, I feel like that was just the nicest way to put it. Now, Tutupie of the Real Housewives of Abuja, the person that we are seeing on this show, yeah, actually has issues, a lot of issues. Her attitude just stinks, guys. And you see, this particular episode of the show, it just helped me settle my verdict about this person's personality, that this person really needs therapy. Yeah, this person really needs to talk to a professional, because there's just a lot of things wrong about the way she perceives people, her perception about people, her idea of people, and also thinking that she's actually the, you know, best person, the most classy. Still, after breakfast, the ladies went to have fun. Yeah, they were having a great time. And then they decided to call OJ Posharella, or I can't remember if she called him. And then she had a lot of complaints that, oh, she's disorganized, this and that is not going well. A particular American boxer was supposed to, you know, take her out or host her to a club. I think she was trying to put things together for the women to have fun. And whilst we were on that call, Princess was trying to calm her down. Arafa was trying to talk to her to calm down, to show up. And then Tutupie was acting like she was already irritated. And then she walked out of the conversation that she was not in for that. She was calling OJ a liar, blah, blah, blah. In fact, calling her fake later on, that everything about this woman is a lie. She's fake, she's this, she's that. Anyways, quickly, moving on to OJ's 90s party. The party was themed the 90s. The ladies were actually looking, you know, good. I loved what they were wearing. And I don't know why they were laughing at comfort shoes. What exactly was wrong with comfort shoes, guys? I don't see anything wrong with comfort shoes. Or what do you think, guys? But anyways, they were all having fun, and Princess decided to, you know, turn up the music, in quotes, by going ahead to change what she was wearing into an actual 90s babies outfit. And for the first time, I agreed with Tutupie, when she said that if it was a princess she knew, princess was going to go and change to match with the balloons, to match with the decor of the space. And that was exactly what princess did. And guys, at that point, it kind of made me wonder that, okay, could it be that this scene was actually, in quotes, sponsored by the production team, just to spice things up? They tried, shall. It made sense. I liked it. I loved particularly what princess was wearing. But anyways, fast forward to the main part of this particular scene. OJ was marketing her jewelries, her diamond rings, as she called them, to the ladies. And guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was almost tempted to agree with Tutupie that all these rings were fake. Yeah, because I was looking at the rings and OJ was calling the rings $26,000. And then they were asking her the prices of each of the rings. And she was saying that, she has to check the price. It's not that expensive. It's not that expensive. And guys, I'm not gonna lie, I totally agree with Arafa that really, if OJ knew her onions about her market that she was selling, she would not have to weigh those rings to know the price, because we're not even talking about raw diamond. We're talking about refined diamonds, right? Turned into diamond rings as she was displaying to the women. So which one is, it's not expensive, I have to wait? Come on. I was almost tempted to agree with Tutupie, but I don't want to rush into conclusion because I've seen the most outrageously plain and bland items sold for very, very outrageous prices, whilst the shiniest of all objects does not really count for anything. Now in OJ's case, guys, I'm going to be frank with you all. For the first time, I agree with all of those ladies. Those rings were actually looking really bland. But am I saying that they are fake? Absolutely not. Arafa made a valid point, and I totally agree with what she said. Now, normally, when people want to test for the realness of diamonds, they have this tester, that thing that shows if diamond is real by the number of green lights it produces, the number of red lights it produces, right? Now, Arafa made a very, very valid point that she doesn't really understand why OJ likes setting herself up for drags, that she should have just brought her tester, her diamond tester, and that she should have understood what she call it, the 3 C's of selling diamonds, the clarity, the blah blah blah, the uniqueness, blah blah blah. But those rings, they were just too shiny. The next part that was almost going to give me a headache was the way the ladies were making it such a big deal when OJ Posharella showed them a ring and called it her 3rd engagement ring. Now they made it a big deal by asking her, are you engaged? She said technically. And that's what they were speculating, that maybe the guy messed up or something. She said no, the guy didn't mess up, he's still there, but technically. Now they were all making it such a big deal, and I was wondering, like, why is it so, why is this such a thing about these Real Housewives shows, that even the tiniest inconsequential thing, the tiniest thing that does not really make sense at all, they make it such a big deal. It becomes a topic of conversation. It becomes a topic, it becomes a reason for fights, for dramas, for altercations. And guys, that was how they made OJ's technical engagement a big deal. And I love what Comfort said, that what does it matter? Who cares if she's engaged or not? She said she's engaged, and that's it, right? As a matter of fact, guys, this particular episode, Comfort was just basically the voice of reason. I just felt like the ladies were just being unnecessarily problematic. And OJ too was not relenting. She was still moving on with her Minister of Happiness, stance, and just doing whatever she wanted to do. The next part of that scene was just very, very annoying. And I'm not going to lie, it was just very, very annoying. Now, OJ was listing out all her many businesses, and I must give it to her. She's really enterprising. I mean, I'm all for anybody, men, women, who have multiple talents and would not stop at just, harnessing just one of it. No, I am all for people that are very, very industrious, people that would go all out to sell themselves, engage in multiple businesses as long as it gives them that satisfaction that they need and that stream of income that they need. And that was exactly what I felt like OJ has been doing all this while aside to the show. And Arafa said that OJ was a jack of all trades, but a master of just singing. That if she was the one, she would focus on singing, her music. And I'm like, really, Arafa? Really? Like, what is wrong in someone, anybody, not just OJ, being a master of many businesses in a country like Nigeria? You think in a country like Nigeria, you can focus on only one business? You think so? As a hustler, you think you can focus on just one business? And guys, I don't know, but I just felt like Arafa wanted to talk. I just feel like Arafa just wanted to talk, because I personally do not see anything wrong in OJ being a master of many businesses. I mean, look at the extravagant lifestyle that she lives. If she's not a master of many businesses, getting income from multiple revenues, how exactly is she going to keep up with that kind of lifestyle? Look at all the plenty bling blings that she wears. How is she going to keep up? I mean, guys, some of these things, as I said before, I just feel like they're not really topics for conversations, but these women just want to talk. They just want to make a big deal out of everything. And so, yeah, we're going to indulge them. Once again, during her confessional, Comfort proved to be the only voice of reasoning in that group. Yeah, because she made a very, very valid point that she does not see anything wrong in people having multiple talents and utilizing their talent to do what they want to do. What is actually wrong in that? I totally loved the conversation that OJ had with her coach in the next scene. I don't know if the person is a life coach, but everything that person said to OJ was absolutely valid. Very, very true. And I was literally taking notes 100%. OJ, of course, she sold out to music. She really wants to do her music, has a beautiful voice, but then she needed guidance on how to go about it. Yes, according to her, that advice is very much needed. And this lady was spilling nothing but the absolute truth, telling her that, listen, to do music, you need to take away your mind. Your mind has to be verging to the fact that you have multiple streams of income, because where you think that, okay, I have a lot of things to fall back on, then you might not really give in your energy into this music that you want to pursue. So you need to think like, okay, I'm hungry for this. I do not have any other stream of income. This music is what's only going to, fund my bills, fund my lifestyle. So that would really motivate her to do better into pushing her music. And guys, that is nothing but the truth. And not just about music for OJ. For anybody, guys, it's just a little deviation. For anybody you want to go into anything, the best bet is to, program your mind as though if you do not do that thing, you will not have any other thing to fall back on. That's one of the biggest motivation that you ever give to yourself. Now, in the next scene, Arafa, Princess, and Comfort went to the beach. Yes, according to them, who goes to Lagos without going to the beach? Yeah, so they had so much fun, but then they also had time to talk about OJ's diamonds. And Princess was asking what they all thought about it. And according to Comfort, she did not go close too much, because even though they say that diamonds are a girl's best friend, diamonds are not really her best friend, because she doesn't really use them. She doesn't really wear them. But according to OJ, she has literally patronized OJ on her multiple businesses. So the only one she's not really patronizing OJ from is the diamonds, because she doesn't really use diamonds. And guys, it's true. From the first episode of this season, we've seen Comfort rocking a lot of traditional ornaments. Yes, she's not really a jewelry kind of person. So Arafa had stuff to say. According to Arafa, she felt like OJ did not really know her onions about the business, and so she was saying a lot, giving tips about how to go about diamonds. And guys, Arafa had a right to say what she had to say, because let's not forget that she's also into fashion and accessories, and she also sells jewelries. Yes, so she had a lot to say. Now, Comfort was asking her, why didn't you say it back then to OJ? And Arafa's excuse was, well, she didn't want to spoil her business, because it wouldn't seem right for her to be giving such corrections and such lectures about diamonds in the presence of other women, where OJ was trying to sell her business too. Now, for that part, guys, I totally applaud Arafa, because for me, that is some applaudable level of maturity. Comfort saying during her confessionals that, she was expecting Arafa to have said that to OJ at, that time. I felt like, no, that was inappropriate. It would have actually caused a lot of drama. It would have actually burst OJ's bubble. So I applaud Arafa for being mature enough to know when to speak such things and when not to speak. However, I was hoping that she had had that conversation one-on-one with OJ instead of telling it to Comfort and Princess, because in my frank opinion, that's kind of bad-mouthing OJ's efforts at selling her market. Yes, so even though she has good intentions, I just felt like the good intentions was not properly executed. Next thing was Arafa's apology to Princess for calling her old. Yes, if you remember, like 3 episodes back in Arafa's house, where Arafa and Princess had that crazy outburst, Arafa had mentioned that Princess looked older, than all of them, even though she was the youngest in the group, and that had not sat well with Princess. So she had apologized. Now, Comfort was kind of disappointed because she felt like the apology was going to come to her, and she could not hide it. Her facial expression, her countenance showed that she was disappointed because she felt like Arafa was going to apologize to her. Now, guys, I'm going to be frank with you. When I was watching that particular scene, I could not really remember what Arafa was supposed to apologize to Comfort for. Because as far as I'm concerned, they've actually squashed their beef. They were just being cordial to each other. Yeah, they were not particularly friends, as Arafa had actually spelled out 100 times to Comfort. So it was very obvious that Comfort was not happy about the whole thing. And Princess could also tell. Yes. But then those two, they did not bother. So Comfort was just merely a spectator, watching both of them making up for all of their differences. And I was wondering, like, okay, what exactly does Arafa need to apologize to Comfort for? Because I can't really remember at this point, guys. I'm kind of lost. Now, I totally enjoyed the next scene where Princess, OJ, and Arafa had gone to Fela's African shrine, yes, to watch the dancers practice and also joined them in dancing. Oh my God, guys, that was such a show. They had so much fun, and wow, it was so nice, seeing them loosen up and have so much fun, together. Tutupie was not there, Comfort was not there, Samantha was not there, and then they also stayed put for Femi Kuti's show, all of them together, and they had so much fun. It was so funny looking at the way they were famsing Femi on that stage, but it was so much fun. I thoroughly enjoyed watching the ladies dance. Now, next scene, Arafa had taken OJ to Obi Asika. Obi Asika is a renowned personality in the Nigerian entertainment industry. Guy is huge. He's huge. Also in the music industry, he is huge. And that was Arafa's own way of helping OJ to connect with the necessary personalities that she needed, to accelerate her music career. And the conversation went well. Oh my God, guys, did you hear OJ sing? Oh my God, OJ's voice. I mean, I've been listening to her sing talk the entire season, but her singing and her song, I love it. I love it. I'm gonna definitely look for that song. I love that song. The lyrics of the song is simply powerful, and it's for the woman. Yeah, it's for the female. So I really loved it. And I was also happy at the fact that Arafa was genuinely excited and genuinely happy and supportive of OJ, guys. And even Obi Asika, who is rarely impressed about people's works. Yes, I mean, if you want to find out about that, watch Nigerian Idols, which is going to be starting, I think, next week. Yes, even Obi Asika was really impressed at the way that OJ sang, and he gave her a lot of good advice and told her that she definitely needs a good management, because a good management will help position her, in the right space, to thrive. Moving on to the last scene, OJ's listening party. I have a lot to say about that one. But before we get into the actual drama, yes, the altercation between OJ and Princess, let's talk about the setup, the setting. That was dead. Like, what was that? What was that ugly looking banner? That banner that was not even ironed. Like, the thing looked so rumpled. It looked like somebody just remembered that, oh my God, OJ is supposed to have a listening party today. Oh, let's just quickly decorate. And then they hung that thing. Like, guys, it was such a disappointment. It was just so dead. Yes, it was so annoying. And then aside that, the setup. I was thinking that Tutupie, that I've been bragging about knowing every and anybody that is worth knowing, in Abuja, or maybe even in Lagos, would have gone ahead to invite people, would have gone ahead to bring some top guns, in the Nigerian music industry, maybe even the entertainment industry. But we didn't see anybody. It was only the ladies, the Real Housewives of Abuja ladies, literally, that were present for the listening party. And I was wondering, what the hell was that? I mean, it looked so dry, it looked dead. It was such a disappointment. And I felt like this thing has just become a regular with this particular show. I think so far, it's only been Princess's event that's really drew crowd. And then Arafa's, OJ Posharella's Arabian themed party that actually drew people. The rest, dead. Onto the drama, as usual. OJ was late, but according to what she said, she wasn't even up to 1 hour late. But already, Tutupie and Princess, they were already getting restless, they were getting angry, and then decided to leave. Now, as they were leaving, that was when OJ was walking in. Probably Tutupie left first, and then Princess followed. Yeah, so when Princess was leaving, walking to the elevator, that was where OJ was also walking in. Now, OJ didn't say anything to Princess. She just went to go and sit down, and then Princess had left. So they were about to have a good time, and then Princess came back because the other women had called Princess to come back. Tutupie refused to come back. She didn't come back. So Princess came back, and before we knew it, she was already attacking OJ. That OJ, we've been here waiting for you. We're trying to make your event a success. You came late. Now, in my frank opinion, her manner of approach was kind of rude. Yeah, Princess was rude. Now we know that Princess has this direct way of attacking conversations, of attacking situations, but I just felt like, Princess, come on. It's OJ's day. Let her have her day. Let her have her fun. Now was not the right time for you to start attacking. I felt like that was just wrong timing, bad timing. Because if we all also recall, when Princess had her Ibu Amaka event, yes, the ladies were there. They were getting, engaged by the MC of the event. Princess came in later, carried by some muscular guys. So that was the setting of our event, and nobody complained about it. So I didn't get it why she was getting all worked up over, OJ coming late for our event. I get it. It's become a habit for OJ, but I felt like Princess actually overreacted. Yes, and she needs to apologize to OJ. Now, OJ, of course, for the first time, fired back. Like, listen, I actually waited for you 6 hours today when we had somewhere to go to. So why are you getting all worked up? Why are you getting really upset? And it's brought up some level of argument between these ladies. For the first time, OJ was mad. She was so angry because Princess had called her names. Princess had insulted her. And guys, as I said before, that was just very, very wrong. That was a no-no. Princess's manner of approach in this particular episode towards OJ in that scene was actually annoying. I mean, guys, I just felt like it was completely uncalled for. Yes, and in a way, I kind of felt like her attitude, her unnecessary upset was kind of influenced by some of the things that Tutupie must have said to her. Yes, it did not really make sense at all. And the other ladies were trying to pacify OJ, but OJ was very, very pissed, because of course it was her night. Yes, so she should be happy. She should be in a good mood. Now, Arafa and Samantha were trying to say that OJ should just go back and they should just go on with the event. But then Comfort, on the other hand, was saying that no, that her feelings are valid, that she's trying to express herself. They should allow her express herself, and then she would go back, to the event. But then Comfort felt like no, that was not the right time. Now, guys, these two people were kind of wrong and right at the same time. Arafa wanted OJ to suppress her feelings and just act like it was nothing serious, and then they should go back to the listening event. But Comfort, on the other hand, who is very, very, direct, who is a straight speaker, a straight shooter, very, very blunt, wanted OJ to purge her emotions completely, and then when she's cool, she should go back to the event. Now, I felt like for Comfort, Comfort was right, but at the wrong time. Because if OJ continued to vent and vent and vent, it will waste so much time, which has already been wasted, and they would end up not getting things done. Now, Arafa, on the other hand, for me, I just felt like was not being very, very real at that point in time. Because, hey, Arafa, when Arafa wants to get upset, Arafa will go all out to express herself, to vent, to purge her emotions to the fullest. So her wanting OJ to suppress her feelings, I felt like, no, that Arafa was not just being 100% with OJ at that point in time. And then they were feeling, and Princess was saying during her confessionals that Comfort was being an instigator. And she was happy that she had actually, what was that word she used again? Like, she already knew where she stood with Comfort. And I'm like, what? That Comfort is actually saying the truth. But for Comfort, I felt like, nah, Comfort, you should have just allowed, other people just have their way with OJ. Let OJ go ahead with that event, and you guys can settle the whole matter later. Another part that, oh my God, was just really hilarious was OJ could not take the whole drama anymore, and then she was walking Princess out of her event. And guys, Comfort had a point. That is the second time that people will be walking Princess out of their event for her attitude, because of her attitude, because of her bad attitude that she needs to work on it. She needs to change. And I'm going to be frank with you all. As I said before, Princess's manner of approach sometimes is just a turn off. Comfort was not wrong. Comfort was right. Yes. And Princess refused to leave. She was saying that, oh no, OJ is not going to pull an Arafa on her because Arafa was the first person that walked her out of her house. So Princess refused to leave. And in a way, I felt bad for Princess because I felt like, nah, you cannot continue being rude to people in their event, in their house, in their space, and then they keep walking you out. It tells a lot about your personality. It means that there's actually something wrong that you're doing. You need to work on it. It does not mean that they hate you. It just means that they do not appreciate, you know, your language, your tone at that point in time, your attitude towards them at that point in time. But anyways, the whole event went smoothly. OJ performed her music. The ladies danced and vibed to it. They were all excited. They were all happy. Princess, even though she tried hiding, you know, her dissatisfaction about the whole episode, she could not hide it. She had to join them in vibing, you know, to OJ's music. And then, yeah, they all had fun. And then before they called it a night, Arafa announced to the ladies that she was taking them on a trip to Cape Town in South Africa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the drama in the next episode is wild. It is wild. And me, I cannot wait to watch it all. But in the meantime, I would love to know what you thought about everything that played out on this particular episode of the Real Housewives of Abuja. Please go ahead and share in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys on another video. And even tomorrow during our live stream, 3 p.m. WAT, please make it a date with us. Do not miss out, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.